take one of these painkillers.
How you feeling?
Good, man. I haven't taken one since this morning, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. Feeling good about that. Are we up there? Are we up there? It looks like we're up there. Bam.
All right.
I got us
Cool, bro.
muted
That's
here.
cool.
Get a couple tweeties out here.
Yeah, I just put a little something out there too. See what happens there.
This is when our entire fantasy league should be in here.
Yeah,
You know?
I agree. I agree.
What's up, man?
What was that? You got me, Timmy?
I got people hitting me up, bro. They're like, "When are you going live, bro? The draft's on."
Who said that?
That was my buddy Killa.
Yeah, he just liked our
Yeah, he's like, he goes, "I saw the tweet, man." He's like, "Well, you guys live now or what?"
do it. We should be on there.
Dude, the draft is on. I got the draft on up here. I got the 40-inch 4K wall mounted. It's perfect for this room. It sits in between the end of the closet and the wall here where the window is. I mean, it's like it was designed for this.
It's money, baby. It's money.
Okay, so let's talk. Well, we're waiting for these picks to come in here. I had an idea here, and because we got Dollar Bill in the building, we got, you know what? Let me. I wanted to show this off, by the way. I wanted to get a couple people in here. Check this guy. Check this intro out here, guys. Check this out. This is the new hotness we got right here. Okay. Boom, boom. That's a real thing. Boom, boom.
Trying to get some stuff on him. Trying to make sure that
Okay.
find this on here.
That's the intro. Who's going first pick? Trevor Lawrence is going first pick. But this is what I wanted to talk to you about, okay? And guys, this is not going to be your normal draft. Okay, we got Ricky D's. Ricky D's in the war room right now. He's not even in the studio. He's in the war room. He's on location right now in the VIP. Okay, he's got all this stuff hanging up. I had to hang back, you know, because of the COVID protocol. But anyways, if there was a punter, okay, let's say there was a punter in college football, and every time he punted, he put the ball, he stuck it on the one every time. If you had the number one pick, would you take him in the draft? And I'm talking 100% of his punts sticks it on the one every time. Doesn't matter where he's at. Would you take him with the number one pick? I was like,
Wow.
man, I'm like, this is gonna be a good one. I've been holding on to this one.
Man, a draft day nugget.
Yeah, number one pick in the
I don't know
draft.
what I
Would
could-
you take him? Now
can't
you got to
do that.
think, okay? You have the number one pick, which means your team sucks ass, clearly, which is why you're in. Which is why you have the first pick. Would this
Yeah.
guy not make your team better?
Yeah. Oh man, you paint a great one, but I don't know. The pick is in, buddy. The pick is in, guys. I'm on the Wi-Fi
man.
today, so if it's a little choppy, as long as you can hear me well, that's the important part. But I'm excited, man. This is like Christmas for any football fan. You know, we are in a little bit of a delay too, so if you feel like we're reacting late, we're not. It's just you know, we are, you know, this live stuff tends to be on a little bit of a delay, but oh man, I appreciate you guys being here with us. We're pumped, we're juiced, we're ready to roll. Let's get it, Timmy.
That's what I'm saying, Killa. If you had a guy that could pin teams into the one every time, I mean, what do you think the chances are of you getting a safety? Like, let's say you punt 3 times, 4 times in a game because your team sucks ass. That's 4 times that team's pinned on the one. All you got to do is get one of those plays for a stop, a turnover, anything.
I got a question. You know, when you have an obvious number one like this, why the heck did teams go through the whole 10-minute clock? I just, you know, hey, it's official. We started. Boom, pick is in. Why the hell are you waiting, bro?
I'll tell you why. Because they don't have
anything.
They don't have another pick for the rest of the night. So this is their one moment to
get
some.
No. They do. Yeah.
Well, Jacksonville does.
Another pick in the
Jacksonville
first round.
does.
Yes.
But they're in no rush.
Do.
This is going to be an iconic pick. This is potentially a game-changing pick, depending on how this guy ends up. I mean, this is Peyton Manning-esque. Okay.
I'm gonna eat my words, my friend. I told you this a couple weeks ago, and you almost ate me alive. But bust all over him. Here we go.
Not when he's got Tim Tebow at tight end, baby. Ooh, Timmy Tebow's gonna be tight end. Kyle Pitts is probably going to go to Atlanta. After everything that happened between Carolina trading Teddy Bridgewater to Denver, I don't think Atlanta is going to... Nobody's going to move up into that 4 spot unless New England does something crazy, which I just don't foresee happening.
I tell you what, man. I have a feeling... Great dog, by the way. Great dog. Kudos to you, Mr. Trevor Lawrence. Great dog. Great pup. Man, I tell you what, I think this draft has I tweeted it earlier today. I don't know why, but I have a feeling that we're going to see the fireworks tonight. I mean, it's going to be crazy, man. I think New England's going to make some moves. They've already made moves, unlike any other Bill Belichick New England Patriot.
Well, Jimmy G's not going. I know that.
I tell you what, man, they've spent a lot of money when they typically don't, and I have a feeling where they typically go back in the draft, they're actually going to move forward this year. So we'll see what happens. The Jets. Are they going to get it right, Timmy? Are they going to get it right?
Trevor Lawrence. All right. We knew that was happening. There's no reason to be excited about it, but look at him. He's not even reacting. Not even reacting. He's sitting there with his green suit on with no socks. Come on, man. Look at what is he wearing? He's got... Why is he wearing capri pants? Come on, Trev. You're better than that. He's dressing like a Jacksonville Jaguar. All right, so Bill brings up a good point. Is it possible that Aaron Rodgers gets traded tonight?
To the New England Patriots, baby!
Oh, my God. I could not see that. I could not see that.
Oh, man. I think I'm a little ahead of you, so I'm going to do some play-by-play for you, but it looks like that Zach Wilson's mom. You'll see her on your screen here momentarily. What the hell is she wearing? You want to talk about Trevor Lawrence?
I like that. This is like the Oscars for us.
We're breaking everything down. We are breaking everything down from clothing to dogs to players. I mean, we're equal opportunity here, bro.
The Jets are going to screw this trade up. Something's going to happen. But, yeah, so that trade, we had Teddy Bridgewater go to Denver for their 6th pick, which leaves Sam Darnold now as the only real quarterback in Denver or in Carolina. And I was talking to my brother about this, and he said Sam Darnold's a trash can. And I said you might be surprised. I said, you remember who Ryan Tannehill's head coach used to be? And he said no. I said it was the same head coach that Sam Darnold had, and he goes, that's different. Ryan Tannehill's a beast. I'm like, Sam Darnold's gonna be a beast, bro. I'm telling you. Look at Zach Wilson
right now because he's under somebody else, and that's the same thing that's gonna happen with Sam Darnold. I think.
Is that Zach Wilson's mom or is that his girlfriend?
See, you're quite a bit behind.
I'm a little bit behind you. Yeah, I'm a little bit behind you.
That's why I was breaking it down. I think that's mom, and mom is like wearing some stuff. Let me tell you.
Hey, you know what? That's her time to shine. If you're gonna wear animal prints, now's the time to do it.
Hey, 15 minutes of fame because of your kid, I guess.
So that was some big news that came out, and potentially that was a game changer on a lot of the on a lot of the mock drafts because Denver was one of those teams that everybody was kind of thinking might move up for a quarterback, and now that they've got Teddy B, I don't know. I don't really see that happening now. I don't see that happening. That's just me.
I don't know.
What are
I
your
don't know.
thoughts on that?
My thoughts are that I think that they are still going to they may still go for a quarterback. That's what I heard today during the day, that they are not closing the door on that. That Teddy Bridgewater is not just going to be their starter. That they are still very much open to it. I tell you what's interesting though is that I did see earlier today, because of the going to Bill's point about Aaron Rodgers. Or what he brings up about Aaron Rodgers being potentially available. One of the teams that has demonstrated interest is the Rams. Who just made a trade this offseason for what's his name from
Matthew
the
Stafford.
Lions, Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
It's surprising to me that they would want to make a move like that. And guys, again, I'll remind you, I am on the Wi-Fi today, so it is going to be a little spotty on the video. But again, as long as that sound quality is good and you can hear my voice, that's all I'm interested in here tonight, because you're going to hear the excitement anyway. Once this thing gets rolling, which I think it's going to get crazy, it's going to be a fun night.
Well, after this number 2 pick, this is where the question marks come. We don't know who San Francisco is going to take. Are they going to take Mac Jones? Are they going to take one of the other quarterbacks that's going on? I mean, this is a no-brainer pick here. This is going to be what everybody thought. I think the first 2 picks. So, I think we're good for a little bit. I mean, Jets have 3 minutes left. I thought you only had 5 minutes. Do you get 10 minutes?
You get 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah,
if anything, it should be less time. This is like a first round of fantasy draft, bro. Just take a guy. You don't need 10 minutes.
Yeah. You should know what the heck you're picking here. I mean, especially when you're one of these first picks. My God, you should know. You should know for sure who the heck you're going to
like
already.
Jacksonville's pick should have been in 3 months ago.
I mean, that's what I was saying. They were milking the clock for what? Who's calling you to offer you what? You're going to say, yeah, I'm not taking Trevor Lawrence.
That's
true.
I mean? That's true.
Out loud. You know what I mean? And these guys, the same thing.
I don't know if Green Bay would have called.
The moment you started winning. I don't know. I mean,
Green Bay calls, hey, you want Aaron Rodgers? You want Aaron Rodgers on our first pick? We'll take Trevor Lawrence. Now we're thinking out loud.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
So I guess while we're
I'm a little,
that,
like I said, I'm a little ahead of you.
The pick is in. The pick is in.
The pick is in, but it's been in for like the last 5 minutes. They're milking this thing for all it's worth.
I was gonna say, if it comes in, let me know. Let me know what's going on here.
All right. I had the pleasure to bring this up. We got some clown sitting on the chair here from the Jets.
Yeah, what? I don't get that.
That's Goodell's chair, apparently, from his basement from last year's
draft.
Guy,
Roger Goodell, I'm sorry, man. You guy's such a goofball.
The pick is in. Zach Wilson, BYU.
Oh, big surprise. Honestly, I like this pick for them. I hate this pick for him, because I just feel like it's going to be another Sam Darnold situation. I mean, unless he's that good to where he's going to be able to turn the team around, I don't know, man. Because who's their backup with the Jets? I don't know who the backup is there.
I believe, is it not Joe Flacco? Did he go somewhere else?
Let's find out here. Let's find out what we got here. Where's the roster? Here's the roster.
Yeah, I don't have anything with me today.
So Mike White and James Morgan. These are the 2 guys that are going to be taking him under their wing. Okay.
Oh, my man is over there high-fiving everybody he can find with Jets gear on, and he's loving them now. Wonder if he'll love them after a year in New York.
No.
Tell you what, he's got the looks. The kid's got the looks.
They ought to fire Adam Gase. Excuse me.
They did. Now they have what's
his name
they did
fire him.
From San Fran, the defensive coordinator Robert Salah is the new head football coach of the
Jets.
So The interesting thing there, obviously, is Robert Saleh coming from the 49ers, where he was a coordinator, a D coordinator at that, but he was a coordinator under Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan is the style of football offensively that Zach Wilson should thrive under. So, if you want to kind of piece it all together, why this is a pick that makes sense for the Jets, it's because of, I believe, the Kyle Shanahan background with Robert Saleh there and what he potentially can do on the offensive end.
So the potential here is this going to be a Trey Lance pick here, or is this going to be a Mac Jones pick? What are your? I know you were saying Mac Jones, for the last week or two. Do you still think it's going to be Mac Jones?
I do. I mean, granted, at this time of year, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
But everything that I kept hearing during the week and leading up into this draft is that Kyle Shanahan is a big Mac Jones fan.
Interesting.
We'll see. We'll see how that plays out.
I'm gonna go with Trey Lance. I'm gonna go Trey Lance. You're going Mac Jones. And
Okay.
But after this one, all bets are off. I think we might see some trades. We might see something big after this pick.
Yeah.
This is,
I
this is a big one.
think. I think if there's a team that can take advantage of this draft and really load up and do well for themselves, it's probably Atlanta. Because they're sitting in a spot. I mean, granted, Cincinnati's the 5th pick. They have a quarterback of the future. Clearly, they're not going to pick a quarterback. But Atlanta's sitting in a spot right now where it's a very desirable pick for a team that's out there. A lot of teams jockeying for position to get the next quarterback because, like you said, this is where it's going to get interesting right now. All of a sudden, I think it was pretty clear that these were the first 2 guys, and now that quarterback pecking order is God knows what. You know what I mean? It's just up to these guys and their talent evaluators and what they believe is the right pick for them. But this is where it's going to get interesting, man. This is where it's going to
Zach Wilson, man. Zach Wilson looks like a kid that he drives a pickup truck and he drinks Busch Light and goes to bonfires on the weekend.
Right. Where's the a little bit of the longer shorts with the flip flops?
Yeah, get him the hat where he wears the hat on the top of his head, not actually on his head. He's that guy. He's got the tan reef sandals with the bottle opener on the bottom of them.
Yes, sir.
Zach Wilson. We need to get him sponsored.
Yeah. I tell you what, this is the most excitement I think I've felt for an NFL draft in quite some time. And I think partially is because my team is they have a dire need at a position or a couple positions, and they're actually picking up a little bit higher. They've made some moves already this offseason that are, like I said before, out of the norm for the New England Patriots and for Bill Belichick. So there's an element of not knowing what the heck is going to happen out here. So
Busch Light is good beer. Bill, I'm not dogging Busch Light. I'm just saying that's what he looks like. He looks like he's a Busch Light guy. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts? Because you're the boxing guy. Obviously of our dynamic duo here, Floyd Mayweather, Logan Paul, Hard Rock Stadium, June 6th. What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, and we'll fit this in here real quick. But we talked about the state of boxing and where it's at, and how you have these guys now with these exhibition fights. Floyd Mayweather is going to make money one way or another, and this is probably going to garner a lot of money. And again, guys, I remind you, I am on the Wi-Fi, so the video quality is going to be spotty at best, I'm sure, which right now it's acting up, but you can hear me anyway. I think it's going to be it's going to be a spectacle. I mean, it typically is, even with Mayweather and the last couple of fights of his career, they tend, there were a lot of spectacles. It would be crazy and shocking to see some, lucky punch out of this guy and potentially knock him out. That would be wild, right?
Yeah,
But he's
that would
fighting
be
the
awesome.
wrong. It's classic Mayweather. He's fighting the lesser of the Paul brothers. He's
Yeah.
always picking the guy that's lesser. You know, it's like, come on, man. I mean, this is gonna be.
But here's the
it's
thing:
gonna be a clown
this
show.
is the fight. This is the fight that there's so much potential for historic turnaround if Logan Paul lands one and knocks Mayweather down. Because can you imagine? I mean, first off, the money line on this is gonna be insane in Vegas. I think there's gonna because the thing is Mayweather's gonna have such a huge advantage that there's going to be people throwing so much money down on Logan Paul, even just to last.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, man, don't sleep on Logan Paul's right hand, man. If he catches him, I mean, Mayweather.
Well, here's the thing about Mayweather too, right? Is he thrived in his career with starting off a fight. You know, he kind of stick around for the first several rounds and kind of learn his opponent, and then he make adjustments, and then off he went. Right. The thing about fighting a guy like this, who's basically an amateur, and there's really no style to him, so it's not like you can sit
Right.
there and try to like learn your opponent, because every second of every round it's a different style coming from a
Right.
guy who's not a pro. You know what I mean? So, I mean, if anything can make it interesting, we'll see. But enough about that. The pick is in San Francisco. The commission's on his way. Let's see what's going to happen, bud. Here we go. The draft starts now. Pick number 3.
Feed me. Calling it. Trey Lance.
Trey Lance.
Let's go.
North Dakota State.
Let's
Great
go.
pick. That's a great pick. This kid is going to be awesome.
So I was looking at some of the stats on him. He's only thrown like 320 career passes or something. Like, I mean, I don't know, but I guess from what they're saying, he has the strongest arm and like he's the best like pure running ability of all the quarterbacks that are available. So Trey Lance, okay. Well,
I did hear a crazy stat today, by the way, Timmy, on Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence has never lost a game as a starter in his serious football career.
Right.
And they attribute that to starting in high school. So high school and college combined, Trevor Lawrence has yet to lose a game.
Wow. He's going to Jacksonville, so
he's the very first one that he starts. Guess what? He might lose.
He might lose his first game. Yeah, that's So what do you think? So we got Trevor Lawrence off, Zach Wilson off, Trey Lance. So we knew the first 3 picks were going to be quarterbacks. It's turned out exactly like that. We didn't exactly know that Trey Lance was going to make that be the pick, but this is a pick for the 49ers. I think he's going to fit well with them, with their play style. He's going to have, George Kittle out there, and this could be fun to watch some San Francisco football. Again, what's with the short pants and the no socks though? I don't understand this new. Is this the new look that the kids are wearing these days?
That's the new style, my friend.
I mean, I'm telling you right now, if you pick a tuxedo for me to wear at your wedding and it doesn't have socks and the pant leg is above my ankle, I'm not wearing that. Just so you know, I'm not cuffing my pants up. I got to wear socks at least. I got to protect these feet. I got old feet.
Yeah,
we'll see. Okay, so now Falcons are on the clock. This is where the potential for trades could come in. Do you think they're going to make a trade?
I mean, I don't know. The last couple of weeks when we talked, I've told you that I believe that they should just go out there and pick up Kyle Pitts. I think this is the spot for them to go grab him. And I mean, why not? Go out there, get this guy. There's talks about them potentially moving on from Julio Jones. I mean, I still think, a guy like that with Julio and Calvin Ridley, Austin Hooper, I mean, my God, defensive coordinators, good luck. You know what I mean? Good luck.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, takes a little bit of pressure off of Julio from having to be that number one guy all the time. Allows him to kind of take a little bit of a step back, which he's already naturally doing because of time in the league and injury situations over the years. I think that I think this would be a great pick for them. But with that said, I mean, this is an opportunity right here if you're Atlanta to maybe get a haul, coming back from a team that's desperate for one of these remaining quarterbacks that wants to get up here. You go out there and you say, hey, you give me your pick, give me a first, give me, a second, give me whatever, and we'll let you come up here to 4. And then you really have an opportunity with this draft to start adding to your team. So we'll see what happens. I mean, it's going to be, I'm telling you, this is where the draft starts.
I agree, 100%. I think so. So, North Dakota State, huh? Pumping out some. Whoa, my Alexa just started making noise. North Dakota State pumping out some quarterbacks now. Carson Wentz and Trey Lance. One of them has a Super Bowl already. Wasn't necessarily in the game, but did win a Super Bowl.
Thank you, Nick Foles. This guy, wherever he goes, he should ask for Nick Foles as backup. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and just run the Philly special every play.
I tell you what, bro. I mean, this upper body portion of his suit is slick. My God, this thing. Look at. I mean, when you see the close up on this thing on this interview, my man, he is styling. I mean, I disagree with the bottom of it, but at least the top is fly.
The short pants. Colin got his short pants on. So possibility here. Let's say so trade ups here. We could still have Denver trading up to make a move for maybe Justin Fields, maybe Mac Jones. We could have New England trading up here. I mean, I think those are really the only two teams that would make the trade up here, unless maybe Dallas tries to squeeze in and snake Kyle Pitts away from everybody. That's the only other thing. But I think Dallas might actually trade down from 10. I think they'll be able to get something with their 10 pick. Maybe somebody like the Cardinals trades up to take a wide receiver or something. Because what they need, I don't think they need to be at 10 to get it. So.
Again, much like Atlanta, an opportunity if you're the Dallas Cowboys, right, where you have. You kind of have a little bit of everything. I mean, as far as you have a team that vastly underperformed basically last year, and a big part of that, obviously, when you lose your quarterback in the fashion that they did, it's going to happen. But you have a team that's pretty well set in key positions. If you can trade back and grab again some kind of a package where you're going to gain draft stock, I mean, why not? Get out there and do it.
You know legend what I mean? And then you in the building.
Oh, Papa Foskett is in the house.
We got 3 quarterbacks off the board. He comes in. He said, you said the draft. You said now the draft starts. That's when he jumped in at the 4 pick. He's ready to rock and roll. Again, guys, we got Trey Lance off the board at 3, Zach Wilson at 2, and Trevor Lawrence, to no surprise, going to Jacksonville. The first 2 picks were no surprise. Third pick, I think, we knew it was going to be a quarterback. We just didn't know which one. And I think this one's going to be a good
50 there.
Yep.
Yeah. We thought Mac Jones or Trey Lance there, and obviously they went with Trey Lance. So we'll see where they roll in now. So, but let's see if I'm right. And it looks like I'm right at the number 4 pick. The pick is in, and it is going to be Kyle Pitts of the University of Florida, headed to the Atlanta Falcons, the first non-quarterback off the board.
So far, we got 3 quarterbacks and a tight end in the first 4 picks. I don't think we've seen a draft like this in a long time, to where we don't have offensive linemen or defensive linemen coming off the board early. This is a great pick. It's not a sexy pick. I think that everybody was like kind of hoping there were going to be some crazy trades and somebody was going to come up and move down and this and that. But we've talked about Kyle Pitts as just a freak of nature and highest tight end of all time. There you go.
Yeah, by many standards out there, by many of these pros that do their mock drafts and whatnot. they think that they believe that this is the best talent in this draft. Obviously, the quarterback position kind of makes teams go. So naturally, when you have you know very good quarterbacks that have potential to be franchise quarterbacks, they're going to supersede anything.
And I
But
don't mean to
but
besmirch the name of the legend, by the way, not to cut you off, but Kyle Pitts, this was not the highest tight end of all time with the 4 pick. He's actually tied with Ron Kramer of the Green Bay Packers, who was drafted with the 4th overall pick in 1957. So just throwing that
there you
out there.
go.
Just throwing that out there. Continue. Look at this suit,
Okay,
man. What is this guy wearing? He's dressed like a Green Bay Packer.
I
Looks
tell
like
you,
he looks like he's wearing a prison outfit, like he's supposed to be picking trash up on the side of the road. He paid somebody
my
for that
God.
suit.
They are comparing Waste Management is his new pickup. I think this is a great pick for these guys, man. I really do.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think that hands down. I mean, I've said it time and time again. If now they decide to keep Julio Jones,
That's the question.
I mean, my God, it's going to be well. And you know what? To a certain extent, it may open the door for them to get rid of Julio Jones, right? Because you can put this guy pretty much anywhere on the field, outside, inside, on the line of scrimmage as a tight end. I mean, you have an opportunity there to do quite a bit. So we'll see.
So now we've got the 5
It's
pick
crazy
coming
when
up.
you see this video. They have this is great. This guy is going to be plastered all over social media. The young man in the war room in Atlanta. Everybody's high-fiving and hugging. And this guy, he's like the IT guy. He's going to be sitting there on his phone like, I'm bored. I don't even know what the heck I'm doing here. I'm trying to get out, but my boss won't let me go home. He said it's going to be a late night. Wait to see this guy, Timmy. I mean, it's great.
So with the 5 pick now, we've got the Cincinnati Bengals, and there's a lot of scrutiny here because are they going to take wide receiver Jamar Chase out of LSU, or are they going to take Penei Sewell? Is it Penei? It's Penei, right? Or is it Penei?
I believe so.
I think it's Penei Sewell
Penei.
out of Oregon to help out on the O-line there, because this is a big pick either way. I don't think they can go wrong with whoever they choose here. If it's Jamar Chase,
Oh yeah,
or
they
take
can.
offensive lineman.
I think they can go wrong. If it's not Penei Sewell, then they should be excommunicated from the NFL. You lost your quarterback to a season-ending injury because you saw it now. Yeah, everybody's high fiving. The kid's sitting there like, "What am I doing here?"
He's got a polo on.
He's not even sitting upright too. He's like just laid back, like he's on his couch at home. But yeah, I think if they don't go Penei Sewell here to protect the quarterback that now is going to be coming off of a season-ending injury, I think it's going to be a crime. I think that you need to protect this guy. I think that you need to, if you have a guy that you can pick that's going to do that, and it's going to solidify a position on that offensive line for years to come, and it's going to get out there and help this guy out. That's the way to do it.
And I agree with that. I think offensive linemen are the least sexiest pick you can make in a first round. But I tell you what, those guys have the most longevity in a career, and can really become kind of staples and cornerstones depending on the position they hold and if they are that good. And if anybody's as good as if he's as good as they're saying that he is, yeah, this could be a big pick if they take Penei Sewell. And again, if they take Jamar Chase, I mean, Cincinnati hasn't had a solid wide receiver in quite a long time. Going back to AJ Green, I think, before he decided he was hurt and was going to sit out a year, or just decided he didn't want to play, or whatever he was doing that year.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. We'll see. The 5 pick is coming up, and then after that, I mean, we got the Dolphins, we got the Pats possibly moving up into 7, maybe with Detroit. Who knows?
It's going to be interesting, right? Because what are your thoughts on Tua Tagovailoa? And I ask you because is it completely out of the question that Miami doesn't pick a quarterback?
Well, first off, Tua is his name alone is not a quarterback name. Okay, he's got a linebacker name, which that's one reason I think I never got behind him is I don't like his name. But second off is I don't think we've seen enough of Tua to say we need to get rid of him. If that makes any sense, I don't know. Nothing in Miami stands out anymore the way it used to. I mean, going back to you know when they had what's his name, wasn't Reggie Bush with them towards the end of his career? Um, I think
Yeah, I
that
think
was
so.
kind of the last time that Miami was on my radar at least to want to watch. So I mean they've given away so much of their team for all these first round picks and everything, but they've got to now show that they can do something with them. And I wouldn't be surprised if Miami makes a move on a wide receiver here, especially with Pitts gone. I think some people thought that Pitts was going to fall to 6. Um, if Cincinnati takes Penei Sewell, I could see Jamar Chase going. By any means, if Jamar Chase is not the first wide receiver off the board, whoever makes that pick and doesn't take Jamar Chase is going to immediately going to be downgraded on their draft grade. I can tell you that 100%.
I mean, this is it, man. This is where it gets fun. This is where it gets fun. Again, the first time in a long time that I think I've been as excited as I have been about a draft. Just and I think
Sideline
partially
Sport Talk will
because
do that to you. It'll get you excited about things for no reason.
absolutely, absolutely. Man, well, I mean, I'm pumped to see what's going to happen with my team. I'll be awake for the first time in a long time for a Patriots selection. Watch them trade out of the first round now. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be exciting to see.
Is Josh Gordon going to be coming
through,
back?
I don't know. I mean, Josh Gordon. I mean, who knows?
Well, I'm excited about Jacksonville football. I'm excited with Trevor Lawrence. I'm excited they got the new head coach. I'm excited that they're even thinking about letting Tim Tebow try out to be a tight end. Because, I mean, you got to remember, Tebow has very few miles on his body since he's come out of college. The guy has a stellar winning record in the NFL that cannot go unnoticed. He's played baseball, proven that he can hit some dingers out there. But other than that, I mean, the guy is a humble person, and why not bring him back to Florida, put him in Jacksonville, let him run, let him be a decoy, let him go out there. You know the guy can catch the ball, the guy can play.
Mm-hmm.
Let Timmy Tebow come back to Jacksonville. That's what the state needs. That's what the city needs. That's what football needs right now. They need Tim Tebow back. With all the stuff going on in this world, Tim Tebow could be the answer.
Yeah, I mean, truthfully, I mean, I can see that working out for them. I mean, if anything, I mean, it's a marketing ploy. If anything, here you are in Jacksonville, so close to Gainesville. You have Urban Meyer back in the state. You have, potentially you can put Tim Tebow in there, reunite those two with Trevor Lawrence and that hype and excitement. I mean, hey, it's something.
And
There it is.
I mean, 6'3", guys.
Jamar Chase,
30 years old.
number
Jamar
6
Chase.
or number 5.
Jamar Chase. All right, so you
is
called
wearing.
it.
Jamar Chase is no. I want a Sewell.
You said this was a bad pick if they take Jamar Chase,
and it's a bad pick. I mean, it is what it is. If they go out there and in this offseason they continue to make some moves and solidify that offensive line, I just think you have a guy that got hurt. You know what I mean? You have to go protect him. You look at teams that make the playoffs. You look at the better teams in the NFL, with the exception of the Seattle Seahawks. They have great offensive lines. You know what I mean? Or very good offensive lines. So,
well, and I think this just goes to show though how much the league has changed and gone in an offensive, crossroad to where the first 5 picks, potentially the first 10 picks right now, could be all offensive players. And we're not just talking offensive linemen. I mean, we're talking quarterbacks, tight ends, wide receivers. No running backs to be seen right now. No running backs. And this is, I mean, we might not see a defensive player until, 9 or 10 at this point.
Well, and you know what, Timmy, going to the running back, position, I think if there's a position that now is starting to be, I wouldn't say devalued, but that I think teams are starting to understand, and my stance on this is what it's been for a while. I think that they are now starting to see that you can find running backs in, second, third, fourth, whatever round,
Right.
and get a guy in there that's going to be very much serviceable, if not above serviceable. You just don't go out there and pick up, you know, a guy up there so high. I got to break down Mr. Chase's outfit here. We're going to be the fashion police as well. My man has nice the color. I'm a fan of the color of the suit. I'm not sure what he was doing with the shoes there, but I don't know, Timmy. Once it comes up on your screen, you tell me. You know, it's not half bad. It's not half bad.
Well, the thing I like about Jamar Chase is he's not a super big guy. I mean, he's under 6 foot. He's 6 foot and 3/8 inches or something, about 200 pounds. He's probably going to put on he'll probably top out around 6'1". Probably going to put on another 10, 15 pounds of muscle, I would say, in the next year or two. But the guy can go up and get the ball. He has no qualms about going up. But his separation on the route running, man, is just impressive. Being able to get 3 and 4 yard separation on these guys is a game changer big time, and that's why he was the first wide receiver off the board, obviously. I'm digging the suit, digging the shoes. I'm not a big all white guy. I'm kind of a big guy. We don't really wear white. We end up looking kind of like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man or the Michelin Man. I'm more of a black suit kind of guy, darker colors. But if I had a build like that, I mean, I would rock that all day.
Yeah. Let me ask you something, Timmy. For Chase, did you have him rated higher than the Alabama guys?
Yes.
Is it strictly because Devontae Smith is just such a small guy, or is it just purely skill wise? You feel that he's just the better all around wide receiver?
Well, I definitely think it's both, and I think you have to look at where they come from as well, and being able to see, the level of success. Nobody's going to take that away from Devontae Smith or Waddle. But these guys came from a winning team to where they could have. It's hard to put into words, but basically because they were on Alabama, that's why I had Jamar Chase rated higher. I actually saw an interview the other day of a guy that was he was a redshirt quarterback for Alabama, and he said he was actually kicked off the practice squad because they put him on the practice squad and said, hey, we want you to just throw deep balls and let basically we want the defense to practice intercepting long passes, long balls, deep passes. And he started just shredding the starting defense of Alabama, and the defensive coordinator came over and kicked him off the practice squad and said, I'm not going to have my guys going into Saturday with low self-esteem because their practice squad quarterback is destroying them. And so that's just, the mindset that Alabama has. I get it, but at the same time, that's another reason where you just start hearing these things about Alabama where, like, it's like they're so good it doesn't matter how good they are because, this guy over here he's bigger, he's stronger. I think he's more impressive. He's going to be more successful, especially being, in Cincinnati. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what he can do. Now he's got a young quarterback with him. You got a young wide receiver. Is that combo? A lot of times those guys are drawn to each other with your wide receiver one and your young starting quarterback. So we'll see what's going to happen in the offseason with these guys. Maybe some, off the books practices.
I mean, they are familiar with each other. Remember, I mean, Joe Burrow is, as they show, you're going to see on your screen here, he was his quarterback, previously. They did play together. So, they are familiar with each other. And so maybe that's why they went ahead and, I don't know why that didn't come to mind for me, but maybe that's the decision behind it is that, you have a quarterback who needs weapons. And why not get him a guy that is a legit weapon, and not only that, a guy that he's familiar with and has played with and has a rapport with. So, I guess that very well could be the reason why they have decided to go with that particular selection. But the Dolphins pick is in. Let's see.
Now you got to remember before we go to this pick, you got to remember they weren't just teammates. Okay, 2019 they set the PFF college record for the most deep receptions in a season with 24.
Timmy.
So I'm just throwing that out there. Who's the pick? Who we
Number
got?
6,
Miami Dolphins.
Jalen Waddle, Alabama.
Wow. Okay. I respect this. I didn't think he was going to be the first Alabama wide receiver to go, but
Oh, Timmy, the short pant thing is like it is a thing, my friend. It is. You are when you see this young man here, he looks like one of the Migos right now. I mean,
that's what it is.
It's crazy.
Well, okay. So the Dolphins take. So we go back-to-back wide receivers here. Now we've got Detroit on the clock, right? At 7.
Detroit doesn't know what the hell they're doing.
Detroit's on the clock.
Oh man, they're comparing this guy to Tyreek Hill. Holy cow! Wow, Jalen Waddle.
So Waddle goes to Miami, and Waddle, how big is Waddle? Waddle's only like 5'10", isn't he?
Yeah, that was kind of the knock on him, his size. You know what I mean? Which you know, a lot of people had him actually rated higher than Devontae Smith, his teammate and Heisman Trophy winner, because they feel like he's a better route runner. They feel like he's, he's lightning quick. He can make obviously just about any catch. He goes out there and gets the ball even for his size. But the size thing is really what had a lot of people kind of, wondering what was going to happen. But they're comparing him to Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is not a big guy, So
yeah, but there's a difference between Jalen Waddle and the Cheetah. Okay, we're not comparing these two guys, are we? Really? Based on that, I will say Jalen Waddle looks like he is going to fit into Miami very well. He's got the diamond studded chain. He's got the nice suit with the look. I mean, he's got the Miami look. But is that gonna turn into anything on the field with Tua throwing to you? And again, a lot of these guys, these guys are coming from successful teams that are now going on to the bottom of the barrel teams in the league, and how they react to that is going to be a big thing. I mean, most of the time, that kind of falls on the quarterbacks. But I'm sorry, this guy's not Tyreek Hill.
I heard a great point earlier today on Talk Radio. They were mentioning how some of these back end of the first round picks tend have a great opportunity ahead of them in the sense that they're typically or they are for the most part going to teams that have made the playoffs, are teams that are competitive, and they're first round picks, so the expectation is that they're going to be starters,
right?
So here you are going as a starter on the front, on the first round to a team that has made the playoffs, that is competing, that are hoping that your talent is going to kind of be the difference that puts them over the top in the playoffs. So while yes, it is nice to be one of those first picks, and I'm sure it is to hear your name selected first overall, top 5, whatever the case may be. But you're right, you're going to a team that probably sucks, and there's a reason why they're picking where they're picking, and you're coming out of a program where again, Trevor Lawrence has not lost a game since all his high school career, his college career, and now he's the first pick and going to a team that won one game last year. You know what I mean? It's just, so then you have these other guys out here who are perceived lesser players in the back end of a first round that are going to go to teams that are playoff contenders and Super Bowl contenders with a chance to make an impact on that. When you start looking at it as a player, what would your preference be?
Well, my preference would be to go to a team that is in the top 10, but only because of something that happened. And again, I know we spoke about this. Like this year would be Dallas. They lose their quarterback last year. Now they're with the 10th pick. I'm loving if I'm getting drafted to Dallas because I know I'm going on a team that can win, that can be successful, that has a powerhouse offense, but they need help on defense. And again, I think Jerry Jones has been on this kind of weird kick the last few years where he's making sexy picks. He's making the picks that everybody wants to see. We want quarterbacks and running backs and wide receivers. But we need to go back to the 10, 15 years where we were taking offensive linemen, where we were just kind of, we didn't even need to watch the draft because we knew we were just going to take a guy that was 6'9", 380 pounds, that could bench press a house. And it didn't matter, but we always had the best offensive line. And I think we need to start kind of leaning towards our defense now. We need to start going in there and, taking somebody like, what's his name? Surtain from Alabama, or, somewhere around there, J.C. Horn.
All right. The pick is in, and the Lions head coach is ready to bite a kneecap. I mean, he's amped. He's on the screen. You know, he's got the slick hair, kind of like Pat Riley, ready to roll.
Shout out to Pat Riley.
What are the Lions gonna do? What are the Lions gonna do, Timmy?
They're gonna take DeVonta Smith.
I mean, I can see that.
I mean, it's not a bad pick. I mean, they've got Jared Goff now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
T.J. Hawkinson.
I wouldn't be surprised here if they did take an offensive lineman, if they took Penei Sewell here, because again, whoever gets Penei Sewell, that is a great pick. I think he's going to end up falling to Carolina. Honestly, in my book, I think he's going to go at 8, because they can definitely use him.
The problem with that is that if he falls to Carolina, I don't think Carolina's going to pick him.
I mean, they got, I don't know what they're doing, because right now they have Sam Darnold at quarterback, and I mean, who else is in Carolina? I mean, they got obviously Christian McCaffrey, but I mean, I don't know. Again, this is why these teams are in the top 7, top 8 picks. They need all the help they can get. They need more than just one pick.
Yeah. Here we go.
Jalen Waddle to Miami. I don't know if I would buy a Waddle jersey.
All right, Penei Sewell is the pick for the Lions.
There it is.
Oh, so, my man is breaking down.
So this is big. Because Penei Sewell was supposed to fall to 8. He was supposed to go to Carolina. Everyone had him going to Carolina. So now with our first offensive lineman going off the board here to Detroit.
Penei Sewell is hooking up Pizza Hut with like a really quick and easy free advertisement maybe. But they got pizza boxes all over the table in front of them, and it's all Pizza Hut.
Exactly. So you see now, and this is smart. This is smart on his part because the thing is you got to hope Peyton's not watching this, okay? Because Peyton will have some say in this because you don't go against Papa John's. I'm just throwing that out there. That's a gutsy move by Penei Sewell. I didn't think
Papa
Penei Sewell.
Foskett is not happy.
Yeah, I did not think Penei Sewell was going to fall to 14. I don't know if he was going to last that long. Honestly, if he would have fallen to Dallas would have taken him.
Yeah, for sure.
Penei Sewell. So this guy is. I mean, look at the families out there. They're celebrating. Everybody's happy. He's got the Pizza Hut out there. I don't even think those Pizza Hut boxes are opened. I think they're just there.
I think they're empty, and they have left them there.
Oh, maybe.
You see the size of those human beings
look at
there?
Those, look at those little. What are those small pizzas?
Yeah, that's like a personal size pizza for each of them fellas.
But Penei Sewell coming out, so he's going to be going to Detroit, 6'6", 330 pounds, protecting Sam Darnold's blind side.
Oh no! Oh no! One of the coaches with Detroit or whoever that is in the front office just got Tom Brady. He tried to high five like 3 different people and nobody would high five him. And finally somebody did.
So now we've got Carolina on the clock. Okay, we've still got quarterbacks in play here. Now potentially we could see another quarterback going here. With either Mac Jones or what's his name? Who's the other one that's left? Justin Fields.
Justin Fields.
So we could see that happening. We've still got wide receivers on the board, and
oh man,
we're gonna start seeing some defense going pretty soon. I think we're gonna start seeing some DeVonta Smith going. I could see a trade here, man. I could definitely see a trade here.
I don't know, man. I have this I have this weird feeling that New England's gonna pick like some defensive guy, and it's gonna be the weirdest thing ever. I don't know, man. I don't know.
He said, "My duck is in Detroit."
Yeah. Sorry, poor duck.
Yep.
Poor duck.
Now he's a long way from home. Detroit, didn't that used to be the murder capital of the world?
That's one duck that's going to be in a lonely pond.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Well, we've got
All right,
we've
so
got some
so
excitement coming up.
so far, Timmy, what has been your favorite part so far? What's been your favorite pick or surprise pick so far with the picks that we've had? What kind of has taken you aback a little bit?
I think so far my favorite pick, and as cliche as it sounds, seeing Jacksonville, which is one of our home teams, regardless of what fan base you are, what team, with New England and Dallas between the two of us, you still kind of want your home team, and it's weird because I'm not a Tampa fan, but I support Tampa when I need to. I never support Miami. I never will. But Jacksonville has always been Jacksonville's like the little brother to me. You know what I mean? Like you want to see him be successful. You want him to do good because that's Jacksonville, man. So I'm liking the moves that Jacksonville's making. I honestly think the best pick so far was Penei Sewell. I think the last pick that just came out with Detroit because one, they definitely needed it. I think this is going to build Sam Darnold up. It's going to give him a little bit more comfortability, hopefully, if this works out. And
remember, not Sam Darnold, but what's his name?
Isn't he in care? Oh, I'm thinking Detroit. Sorry,
No.
I'm thinking. No. Sorry, Detroit. Jared Goff.
Jared Goff.
It's going to give him a little more comfortability there, and I think this could potentially help out the running game too. So it's interesting to see what's going to help out. How that's going to end up working out. But I mean, as much as I hate to say it, I think the offensive tackle pick was my favorite pick so far.
Well, it's the one, right, that is like a legitimate football move, right?
Right.
It's not for flashiness I mean, granted, yes, the quarterbacks are, legitimate moves, if you feel like that's the guy that's going to help you. But, once we got to the wide receivers, that's when you're like, okay, I mean, all right, you believe that's the guy that's going to help you out. But in truth, I mean, this is the first move that we've had tonight where our team is looking at it on the let's shore something up and like a legitimate team building type of pick.
Right.
Like we talked about, where you're picking a guy to solidify a position that you're going to have for years to come. You know what I mean? And hopefully keep building that offensive line to protect your quarterback now and in the future. And like you said, to boost that running game if possible as well. So while it's not the flashiest play or pick, I think I agree with you. It's the pick that has made the most sense right now. Obviously outside of quarterback moves.
Well, and I think it's tough with wide receivers too because they're such a product of their team. They're a product of their offensive line, product of their quarterback being able to get them the ball, product of their offensive coordinator and head coach being able to call the plays to allow them to be able to make those plays. I think of the two that have gone so far, I think Ja'Marr Chase is in a better position. Just because, again, we don't know what Miami is capable of. We don't know what Tua is capable of or what their plan is. But we know with Cincinnati is they took Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow and Ja'Marr Chase have played together. They've been extremely successful together.
Wow.
I'm surprised P.P. Grande's not in here. I can't imagine that he would not be in here going crazy because he's a huge LSU Tiger fan, and having Ja'Marr Chase and Joe Burrow together again is big, man. Because when you've got that chemistry right out of the gate, I mean, it's hard to not feel excited about that.
Yeah. This is an interesting pick here in my book. J.C. Horn, the first defensive player off the board, cornerback out of South Carolina, going to the Panthers. A little surprised at this pick by the Panthers?
I don't think so. I think they took this is a smart pick. If you look at J.C. Horn, I mean, the guy only gave up 4 catches for 51 yards, I think, in college or last year. So I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
And
definitely not bad.
I would say those numbers they look good. They look good, and this is exactly I think what we thought was going to happen was after the 4 pick we have no clue who's going where now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's exciting. I mean, I think it's a good pick for them. I'm glad that a defensive player finally came off the board at 8, and Yeah, Denver's on the clock now, and Denver can.
It's a little bit surprising to me, Timmy, because isn't Matt Rule more of an offensive mind? Um, you know what I mean? It's one of those deals where it's like, offensive mind here, so let's go ahead and pick what we perceive to be, potentially the best defensive player that that we can use to try to help out, maybe a weakness or a shortcoming of an offensive minded coach.
Well, you've got to look at their team and their lineup. When you take that into account too, because they've got good receivers. They've got one of the best running backs, if not the best,
Yeah.
in the league. And defense is so important. I mean, defense wins games. As much as nobody, everyone says it, but it's no one ever wants to admit it because they're, when their team's not playing defense. But you look at Tampa last year. They ended up winning the Super Bowl, had the number one defense going all the way into the last month of the season. And, I like this pick. I don't know a whole lot about J.C. Horn. I know his numbers are really impressive, but I didn't get to see him play too much. But it's, you look at, they've got Robbie Anderson, they've got DJ Moore, who I believe were like one of the top two duos in the league last year when it came to receiving.
Yeah, Robbie Anderson, the guy that people want to clown on, but even when he was with the Jets, I mean, numbers wise, looked good, man. I mean,
he won me a fantasy championship for crying out loud.
I tell you what, the pick, I think makes sense in that you have a guy like Sam Darnold who is coming into your team and needs a bit of a confidence boost, right? I think Sam Darnold's coming into the season trying to rebuild his confidence, trying to rebuild himself as a quarterback. And if you get a defense where you got a guy like that doesn't have to feel like he has to go score on every single possession,
right?
Because that defense is helping you out. I think allows for easing your guy in there rather than him having to feel like I have to go out there and light it up on every single possession. So yeah, I mean, I guess it's a move that makes sense, and high reward for them potentially. Like you said, his numbers were incredible in college, so let's see if it can translate over to the NFL.
Well, and again, I think with Teddy Bridgewater leaving yesterday, getting traded, and now you've officially got the Sam Darnold at quarterback and Dan Arnold at tight end. Again, I'm excited just because of the names there, Darnold to Arnold. I think they're going to be better this year than they were last year. And if he is a tenth better than he was with the Jets with this new setup, with this new team, I have high expectations for Sam Darnold. I think he was being held back in the program he was in. He's got the receivers. He's got this running back that can get him out of the weeds whenever need be. He's got the greatest check down back in the league. I mean, the guy is going to complete over 100 passes just to Christian McCaffrey. I mean, that's got to be a confidence booster to know you've got this guy who is a freak of nature, coming in the backfield for you. And yeah, I mean, this is a good pick, man. I like this corner pick. They because they have AJ Bouye too, who's I think he's suspended the first 3 weeks, but they've got him at cornerback as well. And this is gonna be interesting. I like this pick. I like it. I like it.
All right.
We got Denver on the clock.
Yeah, I mean,
Denver is on the clock. Now, this is the pick. This is where we might actually see a trade because Denver just got Teddy Bridgewater, right?
Yep.
Denver could take a quarterback here. Denver could take Devontae Smith here. Staubach to Chris Carter, number 8 seed guaranteed. That would be fun. That would be fun to do a fantasy draft, but you can only draft players from a certain decade. Now we did. See, I never told you. We did a draft. We did a fantasy draft one time. In my work league, there was only like 5 of us, so it was, or 6 of us, so it was pretty easy to do. But basically, what we did was, you had to draft one player from each division, and you couldn't draft a player from that division again until you picked from all the other divisions. If that makes sense.
Okay.
So you had the NFC East, you had the AFC South, blah, 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 but you had to take a player from one of those 4 teams, and once they were picked, they were gone. So you had to be really mindful of where your picks were coming from. And man, I tell you what, we had a blast that year. We had some stacked teams, and you could see where guys were getting into the third round like, I quit, I messed up, I can't do it, because it takes a lot. And man, I tell you what, I would love to get into another league where we did that, because it would take a lot more strategy, a lot more homework. Who's this guy? Mac Jones? Look at him just chilling. I bet he's got socks on. Bet he's wearing socks with his suit. Look at that haircut. He's just staring at his phone. He's like, please ring. Somebody call me.
He's got the Aaron Rodgers thing going where he's going to start sliding. I think that's the guy that has potential to slide here, Timmy.
Mac Jones?
I think Justin Fields, yeah. I mean, I think this pick is going to be interesting here because Dallas is not going to go quarterback. The Giants, I do not believe, are going to go quarterback.
No.
And then who do we have at
Philly.
At 12?
Philly.
Philly.
That's
one potentially.
And then the Chargers.
No, I think the Bruins won, by the way, too. So go Bolts and go Bruins. I don't really mean.
Yeah, I mean, so we've got. Let's see. So Denver's up now, right? It's Denver. So we've got Arizona doesn't need a quarterback. Giants don't need a quarterback. Eagles maybe. Chargers don't need one. Vikings don't need one. The Patriots are at 15, right?
Yeah, which
Patriots need a
so
quarterback.
far so good for the Patriots, right? Because if you're the Patriots, you're looking at this going, if we get past the Broncos here, you know what I mean, and they don't go Justin Fields, all of a sudden, you're the Patriots. You're sitting there, you're going, you know what? I mean, this guy can just fall in our lap at 15, and we don't even have to move up.
See, and that's another quarterback the legend's bringing up is Kyle Trask. Did he go into the draft?
Ooh, defense. Patrick Surtain.
Wow, from Alabama, cornerback. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he was a true freshman starter. And I think he was the highest graded cornerback in coverage this past season. So he was hands down the best cornerback in college last year. Granted, he was playing for Alabama, so there's that as well.
Yeah. Anytime you get guys like that playing, that's my fear with some of these guys, right? Is that they play for these teams that are so so stacked that are you really seeing true value or true skill, or are they just, offensive lines are just so much better than these other teams that they're, allowing for these guys to be, difference makers.
So
if you're Devontae Smith, are you sitting there kind of you've seen a couple of your teammates already, off the board. You're sitting there going, I'm the Heisman Trophy winner, guys. I mean, come get me. What's going on?
So Dallas is on the clock here. Now, what kind of throws a wrench in everything is everybody was saying Dallas was going to take a cornerback, but now that J.C. Horn and Surtain are gone, they might be going maybe with like a Christian Barmore from Alabama, or maybe maybe an edge rusher now, but.
Maybe they go Devontae Smith.
Maybe Alabama. They take Devontae Smith. Here's the thing. I don't want to get a Devontae Smith jersey though. Last year was nice. I got my CeeDee Lamb jersey. It stands out when you get a jersey with just a Smith on the back. Like unless it's Emmett and the 2-2, I don't really want to rock that.
Yeah. Timmy, I think we missed the boat here. We should have had our feature friend of the show, Juju, join us tonight. I think that would have been legit right there.
I saw a video he posted earlier on social media about that was one of the greatest days of his life, and it showed him getting a call that he was going to be drafted, and man, it was a lot of emotion.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's.
I can imagine. These guys they work hard, and now you're being rewarded, and for a lot of these guys, they come from the not great situations, and not necessarily where. It's like bad stuff happening to them, but a lot of times they come from financially situations that are not great, and now they're going to have an opportunity to take care of parents and family in a way that that they dreamed of. So the emotion is there, and the hard work has paid off, but to a certain extent it's also just getting started. So it is exciting to see these young guys having this opportunity.
Well, my team is on the clock. By the way, I am wearing my Dallas Cowboys hat tonight. You can't see it because I just, I'm the snapback guy, but I've got the star on my back right there in the back of my head, and I don't know where they're going now. I thought for sure we were gonna end up taking a cornerback, and now I don't think Jerry Jones even knows what he wants to do
Yeah.
because I don't think there were any
All right.
other cornerbacks worth a top 10 pick.
I just got a word from one of my guys saying that they may be looking to get out of this pick.
Yes, that's what I want. Dallas needs to
It makes
trade
sense.
down. Trade down.
It
man.
makes sense. I told you that earlier.
Yep.
And go get yourself something in return. You're not in a position where you have to go get anybody in particular because you're pretty strong in a lot of key
Yep.
positions. Go get yourself some value in this draft and move back and get some more picks.
I think they're going to trade down to like 16 with Arizona. Arizona comes in here and snakes Devontae Smith. That's my guess. If this trade happens, I think you go down to
Man,
16 and then
Arizona,
you
you're gonna get you got what's his name, AJ
DeAndre Hopkins,
well, you have DeAndre Hopkins, but you also have
Fitz,
Fitz, and you have what's his name that played with the Bengals,
AJ Green.
AJ Green. I mean,
Yeah, but Fitz. This probably Fitz's last year.
yeah.
Mac Jones, look at him. He is pissed. I
He's
love
got the
it.
Aaron Rodgers
He's-
look.
he's
He's got
so
the Aaron Rodgers
mad.
look going.
Aaron's probably on the phone with him. He's like, I feel you, bro. I feel you. Because now, man, here's the thing.
All right.
'Cause-
It's gonna happen. Philly's on the clock. The Dallas Cowboys inside the division, which is kind of a shocker to me, have traded their pick for the Eagles' first round pick.
So Philly had 12, right? Philly had the 12 pick?
Philly had, I believe so.
Philly had the 12. So they traded down 2 spots. Okay, so they still got the 12 spot. So now they can still trade down again. I love it. I love that they traded down. That's a smart move.
There's nobody in the Dallas Cowboy war room except for like the cheerleaders head coach from like 10 years, like 100 years ago.
That's how it should
He's
be.
sitting there by yourself.
That's how it should be. Trade alert. Let's go, baby. Listen, I don't care. What did we get for him? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. This, you know what? I don't know, Timmy. I have a feeling. Are we going to see? I don't know if Alabama gave all these guys pins, but all these Alabama guys have like their initials on their suits. I mean, they're pretty snazzy, I guess, but they probably came from the head coach, Saban over there, who's making like $1 trillion a year. I mean, you should give him something.
Hey, he was in the blind side.
I tell you what, are they going to surprise us?
Take a quarterback?
I think the pick is going to be Mr. Smith there from Alabama, the wide receiver. But are they going to surprise us and go with a Justin Fields and pick a guy up like that? Are they going to admit that they made a mistake in selecting Jalen Hurts last year? We'll see. This can get interesting. This can get interesting.
I would like to see them take a quarterback here. But then again, I want to know what we just got for that trade.
They got the 12th pick and the third round selection.
Let's go.
Number 84. So that's a great trade by the
Let's
Cowboys.
go.
Still, you drop back 2 spots and you pick up a third rounder, which in the NFL, a third rounder is, I mean,
Dak Prescott was a
great
4th rounder.
pick. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
okay, so now we got the 12 pick. We can trade down again. We can trade down to like 16 and get another third rounder.
And you can go out there and get a second rounder and a third rounder, probably.
Yeah.
Bill, the Bruins are winning, by the way, if you're wondering. The Bruins have been hot.
Who picks the first small school player? I think the first small school player was Zach Wilson.
Trey Lance.
Is BYU considered a small school?
Is North Dakota State small and BYU?
I don't know. Where is BYU?
I think if you say BYU to college football fans, or you ask them to pick a school first, BYU or North Dakota State, I think 9 times out of 10 they're going to say BYU.
I'm taking North Dakota State, the alma mater of the great Carson Wentz, Super Bowl champion. and Trey
No, I'm
Lance.
talking about as far as, hey, are you, pick a school that's, which is smaller, BYU or North Dakota State? I think most of them are going to say North Dakota State.
I still don't know
Uh,
what's the BYU mascot.
They don't know either. So they started with a 6 overall pick. The Eagles did. They traded down to 12 with the Dolphins. They're showing this on your screen, by the way. And now they have traded up to the 10th pick, and their pick is in, and they are going to go with. Let's see.
Mm.
I think they're going to go Devontae Smith. I think so. We'll see. By the way, why did ESPN decide to go away from Trey Wingo as the guy to host this? I mean, I'm a Greeny fan, but Trey Wingo was a staple of the NFL draft.
Third round, I like this because especially the third round, you can load up on a lot of solid defensive players in the third round, and that's really what Dallas needs. I mean, if we're not going to be aggressive and go after Kyle Pitts, that's a solid move. I'm excited about that to have traded out of the 10th pick. We basically lost Dak Prescott to trade the 10th pick for the 12th and an extra third rounder, which we might not even had a third rounder. Who knows from all the trades that we make.
They have an older gal on Goodell's chair, and she had no idea that Goodell was going to come out.
So we've got Philly, New York, and Dallas. All of the NFC East basically is drafting right now.
Here we go.
The Philadelphia Eagles.
Devontae Smith is off the board, friends.
Devontae Smith
is going. I believe. 10. Well, let's see. Was he a junior? I mean, you got to be 3 years in college nowadays. So, I believe so. He did have an opportunity to play with Jalen Hurts, did he not?
It doesn't matter. Jalen Hurts is a garbage trash can dumpster fire. Just throwing that out there. Jalen Hurts.
That's what I'm saying. I am a little. I mean, I'm surprised. I guess a little bit.
They must really think that he's good. All right. So now we've got all of the big name wide receivers are gone. Kyle Pitts gone. Our top 3 wide quarterbacks gone. So now we're getting into that weird. We're gonna get lulled here. Okay, we got the Giants, Philly, the Chargers, the Vikings. Those next 4 picks are definitely not going to be quarterback. All roads to Mac Jones going to the New England Patriots is happening. This is happening, and you called it.
Oh my God, it's gonna happen here soon, folks. We've got to trade.
Another one?
Trade. The Chicago Bears. The Bears
trading up
are trading up from the 20th pick to the Giants. They had the 20th pick this year. They're going up to number 11 to the Giants. And the Bears are a team that can use a quarterback. I mean, right now as it stands, they have the Red Rocket as their starter.
The Red Rifle
this season. Rifle, my bad. You have to keep correcting me there, Timmy. But that was your guy last year. He was rifling it around all over Dallas. So the Red Rifles over there, Andy Dalton, and they are trading up, which tells me they're going to go for a quarterback.
I didn't get a chance to buy my Dallas Cowboys Andy Dalton jersey last year, by the way, and I feel like I did an injustice to him by not making that move.
Timmy, I just had this feeling over me that you have that you are right, that Mac Jones is going to end up with the New England Patriots, because I believe that the Bears have moved up here to the 11th spot to pick up Justin Fields.
Justin Fields.
That is my belief. That is
I'm
my
with you.
belief. And kudos to them if they are going to do that. I think it's a good pick for them.
I hate when I try to log into something and I can't remember my password, and then I change my password and it says you have to use a different password, and I'm like, wait, that's what I was putting in before. All right, are you going to be able to hold down the fort here? Because I got to pee. I'm getting way more hydrated than I should be normally, so I'm going to let you hold it down. I'll BRB. Unfortunately, we don't have any commercials that we can play.
Yeah, yeah. Do it to it. Do it to it. We do have a trade. Let's see what's going to happen here, guys. I think it's going to end up being Justin Fields here to Chicago, and again, I think that might be a good pickup for them. Adam Schefter is reading it right off his phone, which is great. All right, the Bears are going to probably go quarterback here. Who do you guys think? Who are you a fan of? Would you select Justin Fields, or would you select Mac Jones here? Wow. Let's see what happens here. Exciting stuff happening here in this draft, man. I tell you. My Pats are 4 picks away.
I'm back. Sorry, I forgot. I had to put a dog gate in front of my door here because we're letting the new dog kind of get more into the house. Because before it was like she was just in the living room and the kitchen, so now we let her into the hallway. But she's just, I mean, if I let her in here, man, anything that looks like something she can chew on, she gets into. So, but you know, I owe too much money on her to not love her. So she's like a child.
You still paying her off?
Oh my God, I'll probably be paying her off till she dies of old age. That's my guess. Because I'm not in any rush to pay her off, if that's what you're asking. Minimum payments, baby.
See what's gonna happen here.
I tell you what, Dallas is probably pissed that they didn't get a chance to trade down to 20.
They can still get out of it. Come on, pick is in. Let's go. Let's see who they're gonna grab.
Is that Justin Fields' sister? That's got to be his sister.
I don't know, but it was weird that they were all out of the room.
Yeah,
they're all like,
yeah.
Hey guys, you gotta get back.
I mean, that would suck though. You gotta sit there pretty much the whole time.
Well, it's only bad if you're sliding, you know.
All right, so now we've got the Giants on the clock. They're gonna take a quarterback most likely, which leaves Dallas now at 12. And honestly, I mean, the next really available defensive player is probably it's probably going to be Christian Barmore from Alabama. I mean, he's probably the best defensive tackle, in the draft. I mean, I guess that's my guess on who they're going to take. I really just want to see where these other two quarterbacks end up, and I think probably by the 15th pick we'll have an answer on that, and
yeah,
then we can probably that'll probably be it.
Yeah,
everything else will kind of be meh.
Yep.
I think it's all going to be linebackers and edge rushers and everything else after that.
Yeah.
Until maybe Najee Harris gets drafted by somebody. Which Najee Harris, I mean, he's going to be a good running back. I will say. I mean, I think he only had like 3 drops on 83 passes, so
Yeah.
not bad in college. The big
Tell
pick
you
though,
what.
man, you know we're waiting on, and this you should know this, coming out of Florida State, Asante Samuel Jr. You know his
Mm-hmm.
dad went to UCF. Just saying,
He
guy
sure
won a few
did,
Super Bowls with the New England Patriots.
and that's right. UCF and a Patriot. So my man.
That's another name to keep an eye out. Cornerback Asante Samuel Jr. Will he end up being as good as his dad was?
Oh, let's see.
Who the Bears taking?
Justin Fields, quarterback,
Ho, 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 ho,
Ohio
ho.
State. I told you.
You
I
called it.
told you that's where he was going.
So New
And
England
he's not even
Patriots are
excited.
now going to be the proud owners of Mac Jones.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Go Knights.
Oh. Justin Fields. He's not even excited. He was thinking he was going to New England.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh gosh.
But here's the thing, Chicago, this could be a good landing spot for him with his play style.
I think it is.
I think it's gonna be an adventure for him. I mean, they've got David Montgomery, they've got Khalil Mack on the defense, they've got Anthony Miller. I mean, they've
They
got.
still have Allen Robinson?
I don't think so. I think they have Jimmy Graham. Oh, they do have Allen Robinson. You're right, Allen Robinson the second. So they've got some guys to throw to. You know, they've got the veteran presence. They've got a great defense. I mean, I think they've got Desmond Trufant now too. They've got Roquan Smith. It's this team's got a lot of good pieces.
Timmy, I think this is where it gets interesting because I do believe now that the New England Patriots are not going to go Mac Jones. I think that at this point now they have realized that I think what you're going to see New England do is they'll go in maybe in a different direction here, but I think at this point they're probably making up their mind and saying, okay, let's just go ahead and pick up the phone and call John Lynch now and let's make this deal work out and we're going to go get Jimmy G. I just can't. I don't see Mac Jones going to New England. I might be wrong, but
If he doesn't go to New England, I mean, potentially Miami could get him at 18. Washington could take him at 19. Washington technically doesn't have a quarterback. I mean, they have a journeyman,
yeah,
backup.
yeah,
Yep. And
yeah,
then
that
you've
would
got
make the
Packers.
most sense right there.
Got the Packers.
The
at
most
21.
sense would be there. But the Packers don't make sense because they did go out and
Yeah.
select a quarterback in the first round last year. A guy that, by all accounts, they believe in. So, I'm surprised that the Packers haven't made a move here to get into this first round and get some equity out of Aaron Rodgers, truth be told. They must really believe that they have an opportunity to keep him. It sounds, though, like he has no intention of being over there.
Well, let's. I mean, man, the problem is there's so many teams here where I just want to see what they're gonna do, and that's the tough thing. I mean, we could be up till midnight. This in the first round.
Yeah, yeah. I think for sure though, 15 is probably where we're gonna be at. I think once we get to New England, because like you said, I think even though I think there could be some fireworks moving forward through the rest of the first round, I think that I mean for us.
We have jobs, guys. Okay, we have jobs we have to go to tomorrow. We can't just be staying up all night. Message retracted. Oh,
yeah.
Did he delete a message? Is that what that is?
Oh man.
He's posting
Did he cuss at
blasphemy.
us?
He's posting blasphemy in
cuss
here
at
and deleted it. He
Oh,
must have said something about Dallas Cowboys and it read it. Justin Fields has an oddly shaped head. He looks like a frog.
so this is interesting, right? Because Andy, per Adam Schefter, Andy Dalton chose Chicago. Now, obviously, Chicago is choosing Justin Fields. They have Justin Fields, Andy Dalton, and Nick Foles this coming year. Wow.
They won't.
Wow.
They won't. I can tell you that right now. They won't. One of those guys is going to probably be out of there.
One of those guys is going to be a Philadelphia Eagle. Just saying.
Nick Foles?
Just saying.
I mean, the Washington football team needs another quarterback. I don't think Fitzmagic is the answer.
They're going to get Mac Jones. They're going to get Mac Jones. And the pick is in. The Dallas Cowboys are making a selection. Let's see what it's going to be.
Oh, God. I'm so nervous.
Oh, they're going Najee Harris.
No.
Oh, man. Can you imagine that? Oh. Here we go. All right, Timmy. Is it going to be Asante Samuel Jr.?
Oh.
I mean, any defense. This has to be a defensive pick.
I think it's going to be Christian Barmore. I'm calling it.
See it.
Come on, Dallas. Pick smart here.
My goodness. You want to talk about milking something for all it's worth? The NFL is milking it for all it's worth. Holy cow. Who is this lady on this chair? Oh, my God. The commissioner didn't even stop to say hi to her. He's like, forget. And who is this coming out?
Something the Vikings would do.
My man, not even Greeny knows what it is. It's just somebody's joining him up on stage.
And we've got somebody roaming around. Are they picking people out of the crowd to sit in those chairs?
Yeah, they are.
Get that. You know, I don't like watching that, the 2020 defense. We don't need to know about that. Christian Barmore?
Not yet. They're making us wait. They're reading off Draftathon, partnerships and, Uh-oh.
Is he wearing a CeeDee Lamb jersey?
Here she comes.
Look at him. He just walks past her.
Oh, man.
Oh, jeez.
This lady's going ham on here.
Hey, Roger Goodell. He was in Draft Day. Great
movie. Here we go. Micah Parsons, linebacker, Penn State.
From Penn State. Okay.
There you go. Hey,
I like it.
Sean Lee retired.
Yep.
Here's a guy to come in. Young blood. Try to replace, Sean Lee.
You know, he had the second highest single season run defense grade. So I will accept this. He's a run stopper, and I think this is now we've got Jalen Smith. We've got hopefully Leighton Vander Esch is going to be coming back, and a Micah Parsons.
Yeah. So Micah Parsons, it appears as though Micah Parsons was a guy that they were interested at 10. Obviously felt they can get him at 12, so they were able to pick up additional draft stock and still get their guy. So kudos to Jerry and the boys, for getting their guy and picking some additional draft stock along the way.
So now we've got the Chargers and the Vikings on the clock. I think these are both going to be probably offensive tackle positions. Probably Elijah Vera Tucker is going to be going, and then Christian Darrisaw to Minnesota. I think those are the next two highest ranked that are available.
I'm going to throw another crazy scenario out here, and maybe we see the Green Bay Packers selecting 15th.
And what, the Patriots trading down?
No. Picking up a quarterback from the Packers.
Oh, you're saying Aaron Rodgers is getting ready to go to the Patriots.
Hey, Aaron, baby. Discount double check.
And then, oh man, I don't know about that.
Oh, my man is jumping. My man is jumping on Roger Goodell. Roger Goodell just slipped a disc. Holy cow. That's a big boy.
So what are the big names? We got Mac Jones still.
Well-dressed. The well-dressed.
We've still got, who was it? Elijah Moore is still available, wide receiver from Ole Miss. He's probably going to fall down into the 20s. Najee Harris is still there.
Man, I
Mm.
tell you what, is one thing you can't say about Jerry, man. His plays is smooth. I mean, it looks smooth as can be.
Well, when you're worth $4.5 billion, I mean,
Yeah. Timmy, by the way, I don't know if I told you, but I am trying my best this year to make a trip happen. I am trying to go to Foxborough this year. The New England Patriots will be hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this year, and
oh,
Tom Brady would be making a return to Gillette Stadium. So I am trying to get that planned up in the works with my brothers, make it a nice brotherly trip. Taking my boy hopefully with me. Hopefully we can make that happen. He and I were trying to get an F1 trip planned, but F1's coming over to Austin, Texas. But it's ridiculous the pricing for these F1 races. So
yeah.
we're probably just going to go ahead and wait for F1 to come to Miami next year. They start a 10-year run of F1 races down in Miami starting next year. So we'll go ahead and go next year to F1, but this year we're trying to go to the Patriots.
So we're not gonna
Buccaneers
go. Are
game
we gonna go to
tomorrow.
the Dallas Tampa game in Tampa this year?
Oh, we can make that happen. We can make that happen.
Mm,
Oh,
mm.
show. Oh, show. I
I'm
mean, I'm
down.
gonna tell you right now, I'll be rooting for the not the Cowboys, but
That's
for
fine.
the Tampa Bay
That's fine.
Buccaneers.
I'm
We can.
I'm thinking of last time I saw last time I went to a Bucks game was when they played Dallas actually, and
Mm.
who was their quarterback at the time? What's his face? Old crab legs. Um, with
Tony.
no with
Tony.
no the Bucks
What are you
had
talking about? Oh, Wilson.
Jameis Winston.
No, Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston ended up winning the game at the end, jumping over the 2 yard. I think from the 2 yard line,
Mm.
dove over to win the game. That was rough.
Mac Jones was all smiles earlier tonight. He ain't smiling that much now.
No, he's well. It's because he doesn't know if he's going to get picked or not.
Mm. I think there gets to a point, right, where you're sitting there and you're going, "Is it gonna happen, or am I gonna drop out of the first round?" You know, I mean,
tell
you
you
start
what,
looking at it.
there are some good games coming in to Jacksonville this year too. They're going to be playing the Bengals. So that could be a cool game to see. Obviously, they played the Colts a couple times. Um, they're going to be playing the Niners. Going to be playing the Rams. Going to be playing the Pats in New England.
Mm-hmm.
But home game wise, yeah, they're going to be pretty boring. Not too many sexy games out there.
Yeah, yeah. Mm.
Let's see. Let's see who the Bucks are playing at home this year, other than Dallas.
Man. Oh boy! Let's see what's gonna happen here, buddy. Let's see what's gonna happen here. I am excited to see what the Patriots are gonna do. Um, Normally, I'm not excited. Bill Belichick has a knack for taking excitement away from everything. He sucks the life out of everything, for crying out loud. But this year, he's actually breathing some life into stuff. So he's spent money like he's never done before, and hopefully, he's gonna make a pick like he's never done before. So I'm excited about it. Let's see what's gonna happen here.
Well, we
Chargers
still got a couple
pick
more
is
picks
in.
still. Yep, still got a couple more picks.
The pick is in for the Chargers. Kind of an exciting young team, right? I mean, they got a nice,
Justin Herbert.
young quarterback in Justin Herbert. They still have Keenan Allen out there, who's a monster wide receiver. They have Austin Eckler. At the running back position, they did lose Hunter Henry to my New England Patriots, but a team that has some weapons. Herbert looked good, this season. He went out there and was slinging the rock confidently and looked every bit the part of a starting franchise quarterback. So hopefully in year 2 he can take the next step. You mentioned that you thought they were going to take a
Offensive lineman.
offensive lineman. I think that would be a good pick for him. I can see that being a good pick for them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
You
see
want
what
to
else they
protect
would
these
need from
guys.
an offensive standpoint. I mean, they did lose their tight end, but they've still got Jared Cook. Um, like you said, they've got Austin Eckler, they've got Josh Kelly, Keenan Allen, and Mike Williams are a great combo. And I mean, being able to protect Justin Herbert and help out the run game, I think that's gonna be the go-to there. I think
Hmm.
that's a smart pick. And again,
Yeah.
they're in that position where it's not a sexy pick, but long term, man, he's gonna be there for a while.
Yeah, yeah. And sometimes that non-sexy pick is the one that can create the sexy moment down the road because those are the guys that the unsung heroes on a football team, that make the things work and click.
Well,
Um,
and
you
the
look at
thing here,
Tampa. The name escapes me in Tampa, but they drafted a guy last year who started every single down and did not allow one sack of Tom Brady.
yeah,
And I mean, again, the name escapes me, but here's a young man that stepped in there, protecting arguably the best quarterback to ever play the game, feeling all kinds of pressure, and you know, played every single snap and
I
did his
gotta
thing. Did not allow one sack. So
I got a feeling that they're probably going to take Vera Tucker here from USC. I mean, he is a left tackle, which helps them. They've got Brian Bulaga at right tackle. Um, I think this would be a good addition here. I think that's going to be the pick if they go offensive tackle there. They've got to take Vera Tucker.
okay, well the pick is in. Let's see if the commish hurries up and gets out here. Oh,
Rashawn Slater, huh? Is the best available. Interesting.
Booger and his bad fingers. Man,
Man, they've got Mac Jones still as the number 3 best available behind an offensive tackle and a guard, huh?
but again, like we were saying just now, they're the non-sexy picks, but
Hmm.
they're essential guys on a team for success.
For long term
know?
too. These guys you're gonna
Right.
get 10, 12 years out of them.
Right. Yep.
Look at Rashawn
All
Slater.
right. Here we go. Pick is in.
This guy's Vera Tucker could have got some better lighting in your house. All sitting in the dark. He definitely didn't get picked. Look at him. They're all sitting there all bored.
Rashawn Slater Jr.,
I like it.
offensive tackle, Northwestern.
Yep.
My man has a suit on that looks like it belonged to his grandfather.
You know, it's a good pick. It's a good pick by them. He was
Yeah.
he was projected to go. I think 11th to the Giants. So this is a good pick for them.
Yeah. Man, Timmy, this kid looks young though. I mean, look at him.
Yeah, yeah. He looks very young.
He looks a child, and it's going to go into a league full of men. It's just
Well, he's
hopefully,
314 pounds. I mean, he's still a pretty big boy.
he is he's got some girth to him, but yeah. I mean, he's got some quickness there, man, and he moves well coming off the.
This is exciting.
Off
We
the
got
snap.
2 picks until the old Pat riots pick up.
Oh man, getting nervous. God, I hope they don't go Mac Jones.
He does. He looks like a baby. He's got a baby face on him.
Yeah, and even his walk and everything. I mean, it's just so.
I like the suit though.
Grandpa let him borrow it, man.
I like the suit.
This is all right. The Vikings are on the clock, so Papa Foskett.
They're going to go.
What you got for
they're
us?
going to go offensive line here.
You think so?
Yep, they're going to go. You got to.
They surprised us and go Mac Jones and replace good old Kirk Cousins.
I don't know, man. Christian Darrisaw's still there from Virginia Tech. I think he's still the highest rated offensive tackle in the Power 5 last year. So we could still see that coming out of there. But I think Minnesota's going offensive tackle. I mean, we weren't wrong with the last pick, just the wrong guy.
Oh, look at this. This lady's going. She's taking advantage of her time up there.
What are you gonna do if Mac Jones goes to New England?
I mean,
Would
I
you
guess
be
I have to
more
root for
excited
him,
than
but
having Cam Newton?
I don't know. I don't know.
You're getting
I'm like-
nervous now. He's sitting
I'm gonna
back
be-
thinking about it.
I'm gonna be like the Jets fans from all these years. You know what I mean, where they make a play like boo.
Yep.
I mean, that's gonna be me here. Vikings could be trading out of 14. Jets traded up to number 14 in front of New England.
Okay,
Why?
so the Vikings are off the clock now.
Yep, it's gonna be New England or the Jets on the clock in front of New England.
The Jets.
A bit surprising. A bit surprising.
When was their next pick?
I don't know. They're now.
Their next pick was at 23, I think. I think they had Seattle's pick at 23.
Yeah. I wonder what Greeny. I wish I saw Greeny's reaction when they selected the first overall pick.
They traded way up, huh? Look at that gold chain.
Yeah. Let's see what's gonna happen here with the Jets. Good old Jets.
Does the clock reset on a trade?
I don't think so.
Excuse me.
Because they're already left at a minute and some change on my side.
I think Justin Herbert's probably a little excited to have old Slater flexing his back now.
Maybe, yeah, fans won't be too excited, but you know what? The quarterback definitely is excited because he knows the value of having a guy that's going to have his back literally on the field. So, tell you what, he wore the right color suit.
He
You
did.
know, if you think he
did.
had a clue? You think he had a clue as to where he was going? Let me tell you.
You know?
I think I have that tie in my closet.
Well,
Oh, definitely not winning the best dressed here tonight, my man.
Slater allowed 0 sacks on 329 pass blocking snaps last year. That's impressive.
Solid.
But then again, you're going up against college level athletes, not these edge rushers.
Not men.
Yeah.
Not baby daddies. Well, I mean, there are a lot of baby daddies in college football, but oh, they just sent us to commercial. What are these people doing? Milking it.
I mean, Rashawn Slater looks like he should work at Best Buy. He looks like a guy that's on the Geek Squad.
Drew Brees already making commercials.
That is a good-looking suit, though, man. The match is perfect.
Yeah.
Well, that's good news for the Chargers, man. It's hard to not like the Chargers and how they've been able to maintain everything since they lost their quarterback and brought Justin Herbert in, and how successful he's been.
Yeah. Yeah, I think definitely a team with the arrow pointing up.
So let's see
sure.
who was for Minnesota? So what did Minnesota get out of this to trade up that far? They might have got a second round pick out of this.
Let's see if I can tell you right now.
Is Herschel Walker still available for trade with the Cowboys? Right? Look at old Drew Brees doing Lowe's commercials. Justin Fields doing Lowe's commercials.
All right, so let's see here. Let's see.
This is definitely a different kind of stream tonight, guys, with the draft going. There's a lot of it's not awkward silences. It's just kind of like, let's wait and see what's gonna happen here.
Yeah, we are, taking it all in, just like you guys are out there. So, definitely.
Well, I think this is not a bad move for Minnesota. With as successful of an offense as they have right now, with thinking that I think a lot of people thought Dalvin Cook was going to be gone towards the end of the season, that he was going to be leaving, but yeah, it's You know, unfortunately, old the legend's gonna have to stay up a little bit later tonight to see his pick. He's probably ready for bed.
Yeah, he's. That's how I feel every year when Bill Belichick does the same thing.
He said it's a long commercial. I'm ahead of you guys, and it's still going.
Huh.
Well, that
They're
sucks.
allowing the Jets to do some shenanigans.
So how do they give the Jets a B minus so far on the draft grade when they had the 2 pick and took Zach Wilson?
That just goes to show you, what this grading is all about.
I mean, the thing is, when you go 1 and 2, they're going to compare you to the quarterbacks that go after you. Um, with Trey Lance, with Justin Fields, with Mac Jones, those guys now have something to prove as to why you should have picked me 1 or 2. Um, and with 1 and 2, it's kind of like, well, we need to keep reminding people why we were drafted 1 and 2. So it's
Yeah.
it's kind of an uphill battle because they're already on top of the mountain, if that makes any sense. So the Jets had the second pick in the second round, so they might have traded Minnesota their second round pick for Minnesota to go down. Now Minnesota will have 22 or 23 and the second round pick tomorrow. So it's not bad.
So it looks like guard Elijah Vera Tucker is going to the New York Football Jets.
All right, it's not a bad pick. I mean, we knew he was going to go. He just ended up going to a different team there.
Yeah.
So that'll be, and I think he's a guard actually. I don't think he's a tackle. He might be.
Guard. Yeah, he is a guard.
So now we've got New England on the clock. Is that right? This
And
is
now
this is our last
officially
pick.
we
This
will
is our
have
last pick of the night, unless New England trades down.
Mac Jones is going to the Patriots. He's on the phone and smiling. Son of a biscuit.
You should be excited about this.
I mean, I like to be. I mean, I hope I eat my words and he's the next coming of Tom Brady.
I mean, he was the best, second best quarterback, I guess, last year, right? What happened to Kyle Trask? Did he stay in Florida?
Not sure.
Nobody said anything about Kyle Trask, and I don't know why. No, he went in. Yeah. 3 teams reportedly showing interest in Kyle Trask. So this could be a guy we end up seeing go maybe tomorrow night in the second round, or maybe somewhere like Washington, somewhere like that. I mean, so we've got the Cardinals next at 16. So we got the Cardinals, Raiders, who don't need a quarterback. We got the Dolphins at 18, Washington at 19, and who's at 20 now? Because the Bears traded, right? The Bears traded up with the Giants, I think.
Something weird is happening though, because like right now, like the clock has reset. Like they announced the Jet pick. I'm a little confused. And as far as I know, they have announced the pick for the Jets. Yet they're still showing as on the clock.
Does he have a tattoo on his arms with his last name? Hey, that's one thing I do like that you don't get to see normally is being able to see these offensive guards and tackles in their highlight reels, because that's when you really get to see just how good they are. USC Trojans. Didn't Mark Sanchez go there?
Yeah, sure did.
I think Reggie Bush did too, didn't he?
Sure did. Mac Jones is going to be a Patriot. Oh, man. Wrap your mind around that, Ricky D.
You got to get your Mac Jones jersey, man. Order your Mac Jones jersey. I love it.
The pick is in.
And I'm a big Kyle Trask fan, man. I think he's gonna definitely be successful. Depending on where he goes, I don't think he got enough hype. I know you and I talked about it a lot when we were working together, going into the beginning of the season with them, and then he just kind of fell off. I think after they lost their first game, but I don't know. I feel like we're sitting in the war room here too, just kind of live streaming it. I love it.
Uh, well, it's official, Tim. Mac Jones is going to the Patriots.
Let's go. Patriots pick, dude. Listen, Bill Belichick, he knows what he's doing, man. You got to have faith.
God, what are we doing here, Bill? What are we doing here? Ugh. Now I know what the Jet fans have felt for years.
Mac Jones. The legend said, "I'll make you a T-shirt, Ricky D." No, you don't have to buy a jersey. Oh.
Hey, I'll root like hell for him, obviously, and I wish. I certainly hope that he is a stud, and you know.
I gotta get the legend a new football jersey, man. Do you have a Fran Tarkenton jersey? I gotta find out. I know you got an Adrian Peterson jersey. I don't know if you have a Fran Tarkenton one yet, though. It's a good pick, man. It's a smart pick for New England. They needed a quarterback.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Look at him. Look at the relief on his on his face, though, dude. He's got that Tom Brady walk about him. It's kind of awkward. Not really sure what he's supposed to do with his hands.
Yeah, kind of a goofy look to him. Hey, man. I mean, he throws a good, accurate football. So,
I mean, you got a national championship quarterback. So he's played in big games.
Here's what I will say about him. What I will say is that they say that it's the first time that Alabama's been able to actually open up the playbook completely because he was retaining everything so easily. So
that's good to know. I mean, can you imagine the phone call he got? Hey, Mac, this is Bill.
We're gonna go ahead and take you here.
We're gonna go ahead and take you. So you can just be ready. We're gonna fly out to New England tomorrow for our party.
Tonight we're gonna fly you out tonight.
Yeah.
Playbook's already on the way there, and you got practice tomorrow morning at 6. Oh man!
Don't let us down, okay? You got some shoes to fill.
Yeah, don't smile so much. Okay?
Unfortunately, Cam's gonna be starting. Just don't really try not to learn anything from him because he's an idiot.
Yeah, and whatever you do, please just don't dress like him.
Don't dress like him, seriously. That had to be the most boring conversation ever.
Man, if you're Jarrett Stidham, what are you thinking?
How do you think Mac Jones feels knowing that he's going to have two just ginormous tight ends to throw to?
Oh man! Right now, the New England Patriots quarterback room, as Adam Schefter says. Oh, let me hear what my future quarterback here says.
Mac Jones. Is that his girlfriend in the pink? She is pretty. Well, that does it, man, for us. That does it for us.
That is it. That is it, folks.
First 15 picks, guys. Very exciting. I think we had some no-brainers, and we had some letdowns at 15. We had some trades.
Oh man.
But that's going to be it for us. I think we're going to try and be back on Monday, and we'll do a recap of the entire draft for the weekend. I did buy my tickets for Saturday night, by the way. Bought my tickets for the Night of Destruction at Orlando Speed World.
Okay.
You can still get your tickets. They're $30 for adults and $10 for kids 12 and under. Got a few people. Got a few people that are going to be coming out with us. I know we've got my buddy Fred's going to be coming out with his wife, and my buddy Brandon, who I've known for, since he was in kindergarten, probably 15, 20 years. Yeah, we'll be out there Saturday night, man. Orlando Speed World, if you guys want to come out. Night of Destruction, $1 bill. We'll be out there.
Woo.
Maybe the legend wants to make a trip out there Saturday night. Watch some car crashes. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? He said, wait. The Vikings. The Vikings aren't picking again. They're not picking until like 20 something.
The Vikings might be picking tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, they're at like 20. Where are they? They're at 23.
Yeah.
I am not staying up till that.
No.
Just to watch them draft an offensive tackle.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for us. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. A little bit different stream. I think the Wi-Fi held up a little better than I anticipated. So hopefully you guys had a good time. We did for sure.
Definitely.
And Timmy held in there strong.
Yeah.
And I was hoping you were gonna be all right, and you're doing great, man.
Well, we'll be keeping you guys posted. We're gonna try and get some of these other picks posted on Twitter. But we'll be back Monday, guys. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Make some good choices, and we'll see you guys on